Welcome to the April 25th edition of Ranger Nation Radio. I am the, what do we agree on? I'm the Thunder, you're the Lightning?
Yes.
I'm the Thunder, Tim Wood. Of the freshly groomed dad, I got a haircut. And Bill Bryant.
Lightning.
The Lightning.
Lightning speed.
And Bill, what are we wearing tonight?
Just a little Methuen
that's
basketball.
what we Irish are known for, lightning speed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Quick first step. Always quick first step.
And that's about it. We're going Methuen youth basketball.
Nice.
So just finished up my last season coaching youth basketball. Still on the board. Still want to help out. New president, Dan LaBelle, is just a great guy. Took over for Steve Saber. Steve was there for about 35, 40 years. No, I'm just kidding. About 19 years. So always want to support youth basketball. And Dave Garibaldi's the new girls coach. So excited to see him in his next season. But youth basketball. And we got some soccer. We got a blazer up there we'll talk about later on. And, of course, the Ranger banner.
So, first of all, I want to say Ranger Nation Radio brought to you by the fine folks at AFC Urgent Care, the right care right now. The great folks over there, Lisa Williams and her crew over in Methuen, have been huge supporters of everything we do. So, huge thanks to them. Also, want to tell you that we have finally delivered, it would appear, on our promise. We are now on the Twitter and the YouTube.
The YouTube and the Twitter.
So we're streaming live to Facebook Live at Loop Weekly Methuen. We are on Twitter at Loop Weekly. And then we are on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on the Loop Weekly TV channel on YouTube. So
people put the demand out there, Tim.
We're everywhere.
They wanted us to see us everywhere, and they got it.
Everywhere. It's crazy. So, a big week for Methuen sports. We'll get into that. We've got some great guests tonight. The head coach of the, I believe, 4-0. 5-0. Excuse me. Big timing out there in the hallway. 5-0.
Just facts.
Yeah,
Just facts.
It is facts. 5-0. Rangers softball team. Jason Smith. You were a little nervous because you didn't know if Jason had much of a personality.
I said I wasn't sure. We know each other, but not well. So I asked if he was bringing in some players, and he's got a couple of girls out there that haven't stopped laughing.
I feel confident.
We're gonna have a good time.
I feel confident and this is why I was not nervous, and I'm setting you up here because I feel confident just in my passing my run-ins with Coach Smith. He does have a little bit of a personality.
Okay.
I felt confident. We're not talking about a
dud.
A dud.
All right,
so,
we're good to go then. Before we jump in, though, I just want to give a shout-out. The Ed Wallace is a new teacher at Methuen High School.
Thank you.
And he coached the unified basketball team this year, and he's coaching the unified track team, and he was just named the MIA Unified Athletic Coach of the Year. Done an incredible job. Obviously, that's a program that's, a little close to me as my wife and I just donated some money to that program, and just a phenomenal, just another asset that Methuen High School is doing for inclusion and just all the students, and just a big shout out to Ed Wallace for his work.
So explain the unified sports.
I tap to Tim for a second here.
Yeah.
Because I just verified we're live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to Twitter.
Okay.
But just the fact you pulled this off this afternoon.
What's up?
What's up? Exactly.
Nice.
So, and that's Lou. We are here at the Costa Eagle Studios on Merrimack Street. So, just what is unified sports for those who might not know?
It's for students in special education that want to participate in sports, and they should have equal opportunity to do that. And it's a group of different cities and towns, I believe. I know Haverhill, Tewksbury. I'm not sure of the other towns, but they're Methuen High School students that go and compete. and have different events. Obviously, basketball is self-explanatory. They go and play basketball games. For the outdoor, the spring track, it's different track events, and they're able to compete. The part that really stuck to me was the high school athletes during the winter banquet. The students were recognized alongside of all the other teams, and these young ladies and gentlemen from the other teams knew all of these kids. They went to their games. You know, the volleyball team was a huge supporter of the unified basketball team, and it's inclusion at its best for all students.
Yeah, I was blown away with the basketball and the track so far. I mean,
Right.
we've come a long way. I think that's really the best way to say it.
Absolutely.
And without talking negative about the past, we've come a long way in inclusion and in recognizing an athlete for an athlete.
No, absolutely. And Eddie's a former Methuen High graduate, was a heck of a linebacker on the football team, and knows his sports, and is a Pop Warner coach, and is an asset in that position, and is doing a great job. Not only getting the athletes out competing, but probably providing some great coaching as well, because he knows what he's doing.
And but to give the kids that outlet, no matter what setbacks you face, if you've got that fire inside of you, to have that chance to compete and to show it, it's amazing. It's amazing the work that and hat tip to Matt Curran, to Rich Barden, everybody at the high school,
and Gina Bozak from Special Education.
Absolutely.
And then the Ranger Nation
program.
fans going to the games and supporting them, just like they do to the basketball team, for the boys team, or the hockey team. It's just, once again, the Ranger Nathan athletes and the students going out to different events and supporting all students, which is key.
So, do we want to give a phone number tonight?
Sure.
What's the phone number?
978-659-0072.
978-659-0072.
Right.
So if you want to call in,
I hesitate to put it on the
Methuen
screen
sports.
because people watch the replay and they call the show thinking it's live.
Exactly, or like happened with us.
Up my life.
It happened with us on Looped In Live last week. We had a caller calling in about Phil Leahy's show.
Yes,
that was fun. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get on the air, we've got a bunch of folks already on the live stream. Comment, let us know if you got some comments. So we got Jason Smith. We've got his two captains in, and we've got Danielle Osorio from Methuen Youth Soccer, and a special guest,
Amanda LaFlemme.
Amanda. Okay, Amanda's coming.
All-important travel director. So as much work Danielle does, it seems like all the parents and everybody wants to know Amanda, because that travel team is, very important. So she has so much say in who makes travel. She'll probably be killing me right now for saying that. She really doesn't have any say. But she runs the travel program, and Methuen Youth Soccer has so many kids involved, over 1,000 Methuen athletes and Methuen students, that it's definitely a force to be reckoned with as far as one of the youth programs.
Absolutely. And my youngest son was in the in-town program and had a blast. He's actually fortuitous timing that Amanda might be coming tonight as Jack may be trying out for the U10 team. So maybe you can slide in a good word.
I will do that, especially when we brought the Blazer in.
Yeah.
Because I guess
that's a
YouTube show, Men in Blazers for Soccer.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching those and trying to get some pointers, because Amanda's one of those people that is giving me a lot of advice as far as how to improve the show. Talked about the tight quarters and so I'm watching that show a little bit, and there are a couple of crazy gentlemen that talk about soccer, and their accents are pretty cool.
And that the one of the hosts is actually the guy who created Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Did not know that.
This guy, he's a multi-millionaire, and they just started this YouTube show that became a phenomenon, talking about soccer, and now it's on NBC Sports Network as well. It's a lot of fun. They talk about so many other things, but it's Men in Blazers. Huge fan. I would definitely shout out and give, if you haven't seen it, take a look.
We'll see if our softball friends are aware of the show.
Yes. So, all right. Like we said, we've had much doings in Ranger Nation this week. Yes. Some big wins across the board. Let's run down the wins this week. Let's see here. So
Tennis 4-0.
tennis
Central.
Tennis is on fire. They beat Central 5-0. Cobb Ural, the number one, went 3 sets, marathon match, but pulled out the win. To my knowledge, and I've been keeping track of all of the games this season, and it's sort of a master schedule. I don't think Cobb's lost yet. And that team has been pulling off a lot of 6-0 sets, a lot of 6-0, 6-1 wins. So Coach Perone has got them seeing the ball.
And the girls' team is undefeated as well. 3-0.
Girls' team has been on fire.
And he's coaching both, correct?
He is, which we're gonna have him on if he has a free moment, because I mean that is a feat in and of itself, and just scheduling that and figuring out, normally the boys and the girls would play home and away on the same day.
Correct.
But now with Coach Perone coaching the girls, they have to kind of redo the schedule a little bit. They've made it work, and not a loss on the board for them yet. So we've also got, let's see here, we've got a big win by the boys track team, 79-66 over Andover. I think we might have mentioned that last week.
Yep.
But let's see, what else we got? We got 14-2 on April 19th. The girls lacrosse team, 14-2 win over Medford. Hannah Reinhardt with 3 goals.
Best part of that game is multiple girls had different goals. So it wasn't like one girl. I know Hume last year was a huge asset.
Yeah.
But she was scoring 8-10 goals. This team now, it's Brenna Green, it's multiple kids.
Kaya Hollingsworth.
Yep.
I mean, just in this game alone, you had Emily Donovan, Ferrulo, Morales, Casey Armstrong, Bella Keeney, Jillian Nugent, Katie Durandi, all scoring goals in that game.
Morales and Keeney are both freshmen too. Which
yes,
is...
Hannah mentioned that to us, that the youth movement.
Yep.
So they're getting some quality time there. They also got a win against Triton, 10-4. Again, Green's been on fire, and we got a new segment that we'll bring up in a second. But Green, we'll mention her there, but 4 goals for her there, 2 for Reinhardt. Hannah McKenna, one of our guests last week, she got on the board. Donovan and McKenna, 2 goals apiece, and Lindsay Manick's been great in goal.
Net. Yep.
In net for the girls lacrosse team. Boys baseball. We also want to big shout out to the baseball team. Got their first win of the season yesterday. Today's games were all moved up. The softball, the baseball, all moved up to Tuesday to get out ahead of this crud today, this weather. And so the baseball team got a 6-1 win. A.J. Borelli, complete game victory, 7 strikeouts.
No walks.
No walks. Seth Pare and Brett Blackwell, 2 hits apiece. And a lot of success on the softball side. We'll talk that over with the softball crew coming in. But a 9-2 win yesterday against Haverhill to go 5-0. Coach. Yeah. Head shake out in the hall. Thank you. All right. So Kelsey McGonigal, who is in the hallway, being very quiet. After all the giggling, I was a little nervous. But
it's calmed way down. Coach is here, and he's,
Coach has put order in the hallway to the whole thing, Although I did see the coach flashing gang signs. Or no, I shouldn't say that. But he was in the background of a photo after the win yesterday.
That was Al Delino, you're right.
That wasn't you?
No.
That looked like you in the background. Okay. Well,
Coach Smith is at all the softball fields. Coach Al Delino is at every field. So you're really not sure if it was actually him or his like
doppelganger.
Absolutely, because Al is at every field. And
I could have sworn that was Coach. I'm going to pull up the photo in a break. All right. He says it's not. We'll take your word for it. All right. So big win for softball. Big win for baseball. Just a lot of good things happening.
We've got breaking news too.
What do you got?
Dave LaCroix says boys volleyball just beat Andover tonight 3-0.
Nice.
That's a huge win.
That is. Wow. Dave LaCroix, breaking news in the comments section. Thank you, sir. The CGS dean and the one of the hosts of the Dollars for Scholars telethon.
Yep. His son Evan is senior at WPI, finish out his very strong baseball career.
Nice. Dave put the pressure on me with the working the phones. He was like hovering over my shoulder. I was nervous, man.
He was deaning you up.
He
acting like
was.
the dean.
He was. He deaning me up, exactly. Well,
He's one
well
of the
said.
biggest booster supporters for the $3 pizza.
Nice.
Every place I go, there's Dave buying pizza. He's a huge supporter of the boosters.
So a nice win for boys volleyball against Andover, 3-0. They were on a little bit of a down streak, so that's a big win for.
Tough competition in the Merrimack
Oh
Valley.
yeah, toughest. So big win there. Stars of the Week, new segment. We'll introduce you to that. So we got a new sponsor on the show this week, Methuen Family Health Center, who's going to sponsor a Stars of the Week segment each week on the show, Bill.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, they've, again, you want to talk about huge supporters. You got Rich Napolitano, who's one of the folks behind the scenes at Greater Lawrence Family Healthcare Health Center.
Runs the holiday tournament.
Commonwealth Classic, absolutely. Fathered Nick Naps, which is very impressive in and of itself.
If he's listening right now, a very, very good referee.
Yeah.
Very fantastic referee, always running, always on spot, and I have a little bit of a reputation with referees, so it might knock him off his chair a little bit.
This is a common theme now that's developing. You're working the refs in the room,
way.
in a
positive way.
So you were sucking up to Hannah when she was in here last week, and now we're sucking up to Rich.
And that paid off.
Now is Rich due to ref one of your games coming up here?
I'm all done coaching basketball. So
okay. Oh, I thought you were talking lacrosse.
I'm actually thinking about going to the dark side and taking the test and doing a little refereeing myself. So that's
hey, listen. You know, you're down. You must have lost 5 pounds this week. You look.
I'm down a few more. Yes.
Yeah. Well
Let
played.
me advise you. No. I was a USA hockey official for 15 years.
Don't do it.
Don't. Do
I'm my worst critic. So if it's anyone worse than me, then I'm in trouble. Other than that, I should be fine.
So we want to we want to put some shout outs in terms of Stars of the Week. We mentioned him. We'll put Cobb Ural in the crew as one of the Stars of the Week, undefeated for the boys tennis team thus far. A big win against Central Catholic. Had to come back after losing the first set. Came back in a 3-set marathon to. You know, wasn't the deciding matches. They won 5-0, but still, you know, you put the goose egg up against Catholic. That's a good thing.
Yep, and strong leadership right out of the gate like that. It sets the tone for all the other players. So
absolutely, we'll include Brenna Green in there as well. Brenna was on a scoring parade this week. 4 goals in one game, two goals in the game against Triton. Girls lacrosse has been a nice story this spring.
Had a little down year last year, but yeah, some of these girls that are coming over from girls hockey and just bringing that success right into girls lacrosse, and like you said, some young kids coming up too. It's just exciting things for girls lacrosse.
And we gotta give some love to the pitchers. AJ Borelli, complete game. 7 strikeouts, as you mentioned, no walks. We'll throw him in as a Star of the Week, and not just because she's here, but we'll throw Kelsey McGonigal in there as one of the Stars of the Week as well. Complete game win against Haverhill. So there's your Stars of the Week. You got suggestions for stars? Let us know. We're trying to, you know, we think we have our finger on the pulse of all Methuen sports. But let's say you got some youth sports folks you want to get in the mix. Let us know. Hit us in the comments. You know, email me, Tim@loopweekly.com. Listen, we want to recognize everybody. So,
absolutely.
So they've been waiting patiently. I think maybe we should bring them in.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. After the break, we will bring in Coach Jason Smith, Kelsey and Taylor from the captains of the softball team. We'll do that right after the break here on Looped and Live. Whoa, Ranger Nation Radio.
Ranger Nation Radio.
Whoa.
Off from my home, we're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet.
All right, a big shout out to the folks over at AFC Urgent Care. They've been big supporters of us since the beginning as the title sponsor of Ranger Nation Radio, and we are big fans of theirs. AFC Urgent Care, the right care right now. You'll never need an appointment. Got that persistent cough and cold, that cut that needs a few stitches, or need a sports physical and don't want to wait weeks to get into your primary doctor? AFC's streamlined approach helps you be seen quickly and feel better fast. In Methuen, in the Merrimack Street Medical Professionals Building, 380R Merrimack Street. In North Andover as well, in the Burton Grill Plaza. 8 to 8, Monday to Friday. 8 to 5, Saturday and Sunday. Go to afcurgentcare.com for more details. All right, up next, yes, our friends, the law offices of Arthur Broadhurst. You need an experienced litigator? Arthur Broadhurst has more than 27 years of practicing law and will fight for you. He's licensed in Massachusetts and New Hampshire and specializes in criminal and accident cases, mortgage loan closings, and town zoning and permitting for land use and licensing. Arthur's represented us in the State House as a former state representative. Now, let him represent you. Call the law offices of Arthur J. Broadhurst at 978-327-5128 or go online to merrimackvalleylaw.com. All right, let's talk about our man Frank Calisi. The spring market is heating up, and Frank Calisi is the realtor to go to whether you're buying or selling this spring. Frank has proudly served Methuen and the surrounding communities for over 45 years, and he is ready to serve you today. He's a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, and for good reason. Buying or selling, he gets results for you. Frank is the Seacoast specialist and is licensed in both Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Call him today at 978-500-5310 or email him at frankcalizzi, that's COLIZZI, at Comcast.net. That's Frank Calisi Realty.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up.
Hair nice.
Hear a knock on the door in the night.
Little Flo Rida to get us back into Ranger Nation Radio.
She's nervous.
Had the week ahead schedule up during the break there. Another big week ahead for Ranger Nation. Also, just want to give a shout out. We mentioned them as the stars of the week sponsor. Methuen Family Healthcare. Family's everything. That's why it's right in the name of Methuen Family Pharmacy, where you can get pharmacy services by the Methuen community for the Methuen community. You don't have to be a patient of Methuen Family Health Center to use the pharmacy either. Drop by 147 Pelham Street in Methuen, right off at exit 47 on Route 93. And get your medication from the friendly faces you always see in your neighborhood. Learn more at glfc.org/pharmacy. So, big shout out and thank you to the folks at Methuen Family Health Center and Pharmacy.
Sponsorships keep growing.
Absolutely. Joining us now, as you can see, we got the 3-shot. Is that the technical?
No, 3-shot is, well, yeah, 3-shot of them. There's 3 people in one shot. So, yeah, 3-shot.
Okay.
Yeah, you had it.
Wow. All right. So we've got the crew from Methuen High School softball team. Coach Jason Smith, 5-0.
5-0.
5-0. You're taking that as a compliment, right? That I mistook you for mistook?
Yeah.
Mistaken?
Mistaken.
Did I mistaken you? That I mistaked you?
Studious person.
What do we got from? What's the ruling?
Had mistaken.
Thank you. That I had mistaken you for Al Delano. You'll take that as a compliment?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's my bad. It was a far angle shot.
It was a blurry picture.
Yes.
Right.
So, Jason Smith, the coach, Kelsey McGonigal, Taylor Cassidy, the captains. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you for coming out on this rainy night to talk some softball. Tell us just about the start of the season. Maybe the concern was that the bats weren't going to be there. Yeah, we had the arms, or I was told anyway. But what have you seen as captains? What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, I think it's always nerve-wracking when the season begins because we're getting new people on the team. But I think we really pulled together nicely, and I think everything's flowing really well right now.
How do you do that with the weather and having to do so much of it indoors? How do you create those bonds when you're not even able to really get out on the field that much before the first games?
A lot of pasta dinners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen some pretty cool videos of on the lighter side when we're indoors. There's been some videos posted of some kids having a good time,
Yeah.
hanging out, which obviously helps.
Make the
Absolutely.
most of it.
Absolutely. So yeah, some videos in the batting cages and some
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the social media skills from the softball team. Probably, and I know that's not you.
It is
yeah.
not me. That is totally Coach Jackie Rubino, varsity assistant. She is the social media relations person for the team. She's the director. She handles all of that stuff and does a fantastic job. She loves doing it. Her phone is never far away from her, so.
I mean, it was the Twitter, but now we got the cool videos, and I'm impressed. And it does, as Bill said, it shows a lighter side of you guys too. It humanizes you and lets folks know, a little bit behind the scenes in terms of how you guys are preparing and how you guys are bonding.
Do you guys boomerang? Have you done a boomerang yet? I've learned about those.
What's that about?
Yeah, you guys can
It's
explain
like
it better
a
than
short video that relapse over and over.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So is that a service, or is that just what the looping videos call?
It's an app, right? It's an app, I
think so,
believe.
yeah.
Boomerang
Yeah.
app.
Yes. So when we were,
So you
when,
can't keep up with this.
Can't keep up with the app.
We just got onto YouTube and now we're boomeranging.
So boomerang is like the new. I don't even remember the
They should do a boomerang of you on the air right now. Can you do it right now?
the Twitter. What was the
I don't have that.
what was
have
the
it either.
5-second clip? I forgot already.
Vine?
Vine. Thank you. Yeah,
Vine's
Vine.
gone.
What happened? So boomerang's the new Vine essentially.
Kinda.
Kinda.
It's, yeah.
There's
it's a
no
little different.
volume, so it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah, no audio.
Okay.
it's like a GIF.
Nice.
GIF. However you say it. I don't know.
I see. Yeah, I'm with you. I say Jeff.
Peanut butter.
Peter, I love that. Yeah. I'm a Peter Pan man myself, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And have you noticed they don't carry Peter Pan at Market Basket?
No, you have to.
What's up with that? And
Walmart.
shout out to Market Basket. I love me some Market Basket. So don't hit me on
Got a little
the
sushi for
Kelsey
you.
works at Market Basket.
Absolutely.
An employee.
Yep.
for here.
Employee of Market Basket right here.
So
So.
it's 2
That's
straight
what I
weeks.
recognize.
You and yeah, absolutely. Same here. Yeah, friendly face in the express line.
Yep.
Thank you to you and Hannah. We had Hannah in last week, so
Thank you for your
Market
service.
Basket, like they might as well
Anytime.
sponsor us. We got Market Basket flowing through here every week. Although get Peter Pan peanut butter. So we don't have. I'd buy everything there if I could do that. Anyway,
My wife found it at Walmart.
yes, Walmart and Stop and Shop
Yeah.
has it, which is not Market. I'm sorry, Market Basket. Anyway, I digress. So, so pasta dinners. Who's cooking?
Everyone.
Yeah,
We've
everyone.
had pasta dinners at a different person's house every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are we just doing ziti and sauce, or what are we ziti and gravy,
Depends
or what are
on
we
the
doing?
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Seth Perry come by and does he rate the pasta, or are we
No.
just kind of cool about whoever makes it? We're just enjoying it. and-
Yeah.
Okay.
Food is food.
Are we supposed to? Because I've been told that I'm not really supposed to mention Seth's video and just all of his video skills. Like that's just like an inside thing.
He brought it upon himself the
Yeah.
other day. He put it in the
Eagle Tribune.
Tribune, so it's out there now. So
Okay,
yeah, you don't have to
fair
worry
enough.
about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, because that is some skills.
He blew up his own spot.
Yeah, fair enough. Look at you. That was rather hip of you.
I try.
Wow. The kids are rubbing off on you. Nice, Bill.
Thank you.
So, okay. So, in terms of what you've seen from the competition so far this season, Andover was obviously probably the first big test. Not to belittle any of the other teams, but that's probably the one I would imagine you had circled on the schedule in terms of like where are we at, and past that with flying colors. Is that fair to say, Coach?
There's
always things to improve.
it was early in the season, seeing them on the schedule was definitely a game that we had marked because of the fact that we played them 3 times last year, and each game was close. We went through some stats at practice beforehand, and actually there was two of the 3 games I believe they actually out-hit us, and they always present a challenge for us. They're always games that are close and tight and well played. So you knew that was going to be one of the first tests that we were going to have. And yeah, I don't know about flying colors. I know the bats were really alive that day. We hit very well that day. We made some defensive mistakes that game, but over the last couple games, we've actually cleaned that up a little bit and been much cleaner on the defense. So, but the Andover game was definitely a good test.
It was in
time.
doubt. It was in the 5-run 6th to seal it, from what I remember, right?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, there's never a dull moment. The gray hairs are multiplying. Yeah, every day a little few more between my own kids and these guys. But they have a good time. They have fun. They work hard. I can't say enough about the work ethic. You mentioned it earlier about being stuck inside and being at the batting cage and battling the bad weather. They have made the most of it. We're lucky enough to have a field house that can host us, that can, you're able to simulate a little bit of game situation in there because we have the size. But, they really work hard. They get there. They know when to have fun. They know when to get down to business. And it starts with these 2. They kind of set the tone, and the others take the lead from them. And we worked hard. We got the job done while we were inside. And then when games came, we were ready to go. Obviously, it's different being outside on the field, and we didn't have many days of practice on the field before we played that first game. But we did the best we could with what we had, the conditions that we had. So,
what did it mean to you guys just to be named captains and to be seen as leaders of this team?
Do you go ahead?
We got the giggles. Here we go.
Well, it's just like nice to have people be able to look up to you and see you as people that are respectable, and I don't know.
It was a nice recognition to see that they've noticed how much work we've put in, and as seniors, it's cool to be able to be leaders for the younger crew.
Especially having such a young team this year.
Absolutely.
Freshman coach.
Just one
on the varsity.
Yeah.
We have 5 or 6, I believe, on the JV, freshmen on the JV, but we have
Stephanie's your freshman.
Yeah, Stephanie Tardugno is our freshman, and then several sophomores, several juniors, and then my 2 seniors. But they've been through a lot. They've been through a ton, and they each have had their own different journey and different path to this point. But I think they've really embraced the role and have taken it on and done a great job with it so far.
Kelsey, tell me just about you and Jillian in terms of your different styles of pitching, your different styles of approaching your outing, your different personalities.
Well, personality-wise, I think we're kind of the same.
Yeah.
Like, we get along really well, and we're friends off the field and besides the team. She throws faster than I do, and I'm the first to admit that. I see it. I know. But I move the ball differently than she does, and I think we bring different assets to the team when we pitch. And in different situations, we're both better against different teams.
So a nice balance that throws people off.
And that's a weapon to have that sort of to have that speed pitcher and then the off speed next game. You never know what you're going to be getting, or even within the same game if needed. Mm-hmm. I mean, in terms of I believe you may have described her as Wakefield. Is that that word may have come out?
Wakefield-esque.
Wakefield-esque.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Greg Maddox-esque.
Yes.
Maybe.
Cagey. So she'd be cagey then.
The cagey veteran.
Yes, the cagey veteran knows how to work the strike zone. Very, very nice. where did you learn that? How do you learn to be? To me, that mechanic, in terms of being a softball pitcher, is so crazy in terms of just the arm motion and controlling the ball. It's always amazed me. How do you learn that?
It takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of time too. It's not something you just wake up one day and you're like, got it. I started trying different pitches when I was 12, and that was 6 years ago, and I really owe it a lot to my dad, because he's been helping me every year, really. In the rain, we go outside and we pitch. I have a little home plate thing set up in my backyard, and we go out, rain or shine, when it's warm, and every day we'll do it, just to get better.
I read something the other night. A friend of mine, Lorraine Vieira, posted about softball pitchers and how it's a whole different game outside of softball. That you're really much on your own. A lot of the training you have to do, obviously there's coaching and things like that, but really a lot of the work is outside of practice, outside of the game. Like you just said, rain or shine, heat, doesn't matter the weather. You have to practice all the time, constantly, and work on your craft. That's an impressive feat to have that dedication and to do all that.
Thank you.
It is, and to develop that muscle memory, so much can go wrong in that motion. For me, and in me as a lay person looking, as looking at it, it just seems like there's so much that can go wrong in that motion. I'm hats off, huge hats off. I've covered, I've covered high school sports for 25 years, and softball has always been just a sweet spot for me, because first of all, I'm amazed by the pitching, and then I want to talk to you about the hitting. The stroke and learning how to hit the softball pitch, to me, I mean, it's not natural to me as a baseball hitter, but how do you learn that timing?
I'm going to pause for a second. You now have to ask her how it is to hit from both the right side, the left side, and be able to slap, drag, bunt, and sacrifice bunt, and do all of that, because she can do all of that.
So what he just said is the question.
Okay. Well, when I was younger, I hit lefty for a little while, and then my dad was kind of like, "What are you doing? You're a righty." So I switched over to the right side, and I practiced righty every day. And when I was in maybe the 4th grade, I broke one of my fingers, and it forced me to keep practicing, because I didn't want to stop. I wanted to stay active. So then I started learning how to hit lefty again. And I kept practicing both ways, and recently I had a coach on one of my AAU softball teams, and I wanted to eventually play in college, but unfortunately I'm not going to next year. And when I did want to play in college, he told me that most college coaches look for a lefty because you're closer to first base, and you can also slap without them having to see you switch to the other side, so it's less noticeable for you to slap. And you can get on base easier that way, so it's an advantage to be able to hit from the left side and be able to slap, because they don't know what you're going to do. So I eventually started just practicing the left side, and I got better at it, and then he taught me how to drag bunt and do all the other stuff, so.
That's awesome.
I was going to ask, give me, someone on the team that does something pretty amazing or a shock. I'm not even going to ask that question. That is just impressive right there. That's an impressive just talent.
To master the hitting stroke from one side is crazy, but then to be, that's a weapon for you. I would imagine that's a weapon for you, Coach.
Yeah. She's worked very hard. Sometimes we'll ask her within an at-bat or before an at-bat, lefty or righty, what do you feel more comfortable against a particular pitcher? What will feel more comfortable? And the other day, she felt more comfortable we went with the left-hand side, right? Or did you finish righty?
I think righty for that.
See, I can't even remember. So.
Because usually with the faster pitchers, I go righty, but then when it's a slower pitcher or a pitcher that throws inside from the right side, I'll hit lefty.
Nice.
If you're not even sure, imagine the coach of the team that's trying to scout, look at stats, the pitcher that gets up there, the catcher probably have no idea what to do, which makes, you're getting it out much more difficult. That's impressive.
Just in the minute we have left here, what do you want to say just in terms to those who might not have sampled your games yet, who might not have been out to see the softball team yet? What do you want to say to them? What do you want to say to the folks that have your supporters?
And we have a lot of supporters. We have a really great group of parents and students who come out to each game. We appreciate them. If you haven't been out to see a softball game yet, you need to get to Burnham Road. This is a really dedicated, successful group of girls, both on and off the field. They are very proud of them, the work that this program has put in, and the proud of the accomplishments that they have been able to achieve, and they're supportive of each other. They're supportive of other teams. I went to the baseball game over break, and I know at least these two I saw from afar. They were there. Taylor just came from the volleyball game against Andover. We like to support each other, and these kids work hard. They deserve the support of the entire Ranger Nation and the town of Methuen, and you'll have some fun. It's a good show.
I haven't even thrown out the numbers, but I mean, this I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but in terms of winning seasons and playoff appearances, I know you're not a huge bragger, but give me those numbers.
We have made the state tournament, I believe, I want to say 17 or 18 seasons in a row.
17, yeah.
And we are halfway to that goal again this year. Winning seasons, you'd have to ask Dave Dyer over at the Eagle Tribune, but I think one season in there we were 500, but everything after that was above 500. It's a credit to them. It's a credit to the girls, how hard they work, and they deserve it. I can't get out there and play. I used to play baseball, but I couldn't do what they do.
Well, I'm gonna throw some love your way though, because you set the tone with the program, and you set the tone in terms of the work ethic, in terms of the personality, the camaraderie, and not to force you guys to suck up to your coach, but that's probably accurate to say, right? He has a little something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. So Jason, Kelsey, Taylor, huge thank you for coming in. Hopefully not the last time as we go through the spring here, but we're fortunate that the schedule worked out this week. Huge thank you for coming in, and congratulations on the successes thus far, and we'll be watching throughout the spring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So that's the softball crew. We'll take a quick break here on Ranger Nation Radio, bring in the folks from Methuen Youth Soccer, and get Bill in some trouble right after the break here.
We're not going to do a boomerang. We're not going to take a selfie, though. All right? So boomerang will be next week.
We'll be right back on Ranger Nation Radio. Let's talk about Independent Tire and Auto. Mary and her crew will take care of all your automotive needs. She's been in the business for over 35 years, the past 18 running her own shop. And they're not just tires. They do wheel alignments, tune-ups, brakes, suspensions, shocks and struts, air conditioning maintenance, and so much more. 20 Old Clark Road in North Andover, just off of 495 next to the Lawrence Airport. They're there 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. Mary believes it's her privilege to serve you, to earn and keep your trust. Not too many mechanics you can say that about these days. Check out Independent Tire online at independenttirema.com or call 978-689-3900. That's Independent Tire and Auto, great supporters of Ranger Nation. Okay, next up, yes, Superior Cleaners and Tailors. We've all been there. You spilled coffee on the nice dress shirt. Had to go back to work looking like an idiot? Well, you gotta get to Superior Cleaners and Tailors. They've been voted the best dry cleaners in the Merrimack Valley for the past 2 decades, and for good reason. Russ Vaquera, his son Justin, and the entire Superior crew take great care with your garments. Whether it's storage, dry cleaning, alterations, wedding gowns, comforters, quilts, or draperies, Superior will treat your garments with the best care. Visit them in Methuen at 234B Pleasant Street, where they're open 7 to 6 Monday to Friday and 8 to 4 Saturday. Also in Lawrence at 37 Essex Street. Or go to superior-cleaners.com for more details. I love talking about my man Val Davila. It's a dream to own your own business, and Val and Susan Davila made that a reality in February 2013. They started with just 2 insurance carriers, but now Right in Place Insurance for Progressive, Safeco, Pilgrim, Plymouth Rock, and Mapfre, just to name a few. Need auto insurance, renters, commercial, or home? Davila and DeFusco prides itself in having lifelong roots in the Merrimack Valley. Put their experience to work for you. Visit them at 225 Broadway or call 978-241-7950 for a free quote, or visit them online at daviladefusco.com.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
Back here on Ranger Nation Radio, Tim Wood, Bill Bryant. Happy to have in the studio. Very excited to have you guys in. Danielle Osorio, Amanda Laflamme. I was going to say Laflamme.
It's all good.
Yeah. So
either way.
From Methuen Youth Soccer Association. Now, I've had the pleasure of being associated with you guys, and just seeing it firsthand with my younger son in the program, and all the hard work that goes into it. Tell us just about the numbers alone in terms of how many kids that you guys have in the program.
Well, yeah, we were talking about this on the way in. Yeah. It's pretty big. We have about 1,000 kids playing, about a little over 200 playing travel soccer, and 1,000 kids total, ranging from age
2 to 18.
2 to 18.
Wow.
So logistically, that's pretty easy, setting up all those games.
Oh, yeah.
There's like an app out there for that, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's an app. There's an app.
Yeah.
But,
okay, that makes me feel better that you guys have an app that you can do.
Yeah.
Now, Bill brought in the blazer. I don't know if you noticed.
He did. I'm very proud.
The men in blazers.
So this is where we hold up our little, I don't know where.
A friend of mine, Jimmy Saccariccio,
right over here.
Jimmy got the blazer for Christmas and hasn't worn it yet.
Hold this up.
I will hold this up.
A little bit of, NYSA.
There you go. Absolutely.
Jimmy, let me
Very
the blazer.
regal. I like that.
But it's a little too small.
Okay.
Dropped a bunch of pounds, but the blazer's still a little too small. That's why we put it up there.
The blazer's good, and he's got the scarf and all these pictures of Bill at lacrosse wearing the soccer scarf. They make me very, very happy.
Now, see, because I'm just going to call him out because I love him, all right? Give, just in 30 seconds, sell Bill on soccer, because Bill hates soccer.
Not hate. Doesn't understand soccer yet, but he's learning.
That's it. But I'll tell you one thing about Bill, and maybe not the 30 seconds, but Bill said it to me last year. We had kids on the turf, lacrosse on the top of the turf. We had soccer going on. I had tryouts going on. Tons of kids everywhere. And when I see all those kids playing soccer, it just fills my heart. And I was just kind of on this high, and I walk over and I'm like, Bill, look at all the soccer. And he looks at me and says, Amanda, I don't love soccer, but I love how much you love soccer.
Absolutely.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I
over 1,000 kids. I mean, that's
kids.
huge.
I just wanted one thing that I could pin this guy on. Just like Mr. Goodbody around town here.
Well, I'll say this though. So Amanda and I have just gotten to know each other, but Danielle and I have known each other for a few years, and we went through some battles early on a few years ago with the stadium turf and just trying to introduce to the city how important that was going to be. And it's one of my favorite things about Methuen is the relationships of the different youth groups and how we came together and kind of fought a battle and then became friends along the way. And now there's literally no controversy amongst the youth sport teams. It's getting together before the season. It's sharing time. It's making sacrifices, even though everyone wants the field. You want all the hours. There's really none of that now, and that's a tribute to Danielle and Amanda, who run the largest sports program in the city.
With a lot of help.
Absolutely, you have a great board. I've seen it in action. Your board meetings, but you still need people to lead that. So, just a lot of great things for a lot of great kids.
So we got the in-town program that started up. Had some hiccups there at the beginning of the season with the weather, and it's still snowing. But yeah, good times. Yeah, we'll forget that. We're past that now. But now you've got travel. You've got travel coming up. You've got some tryouts coming up. Tell us about the travel program.
The travel program is it's for grades 5 through 12 now, but for the most part, it's been for youth 5 through 8. So we, I'm sorry, 3 through 8. My apologies. I have a grade 3-4 program. So
you made me nervous for a second there.
Sorry about that.
My son's heading into 4th grade. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we have grades 3 and 4 travel program, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8 they play together. We have boys and girls teams, all different levels. We have some higher level play. We have, so our A teams. We have our B teams. But there's a place we play with Essex County Soccer. There's great places for everybody to play and be competitive.
Where do you travel?
Within Essex County.
Yeah.
So it depends on how, if you have 2 kids playing in Essex County travel on a Saturday, you could be in Gloucester.
On the other side, one side, and
North
the other
Andover.
side.
Yeah. So, you hope when your schedule comes out that it's not too bad, but Gloucester is Essex County. Dracut is not. So we're never right next door, but we could be as close as Lawrence, Andover, North Andover, far as Gloucester, Haverhill, Marblehead.
Yep.
So we've had some trips out there, but it's in-state. A lot of people here travel and they worry that they have to go to Maine and they have to go to Connecticut. No, it's really not.
Essex County
the
only.
Furthest you're going to travel is about 50 minutes. On a good day, but that's the travel program. We have our tryouts coming out. We have Challenger training that comes out. We hire outside trainers to come and evaluate all of our players singly during travel tryouts.
And that probably makes the selection of the travel team have no hiccups at all. Everyone's probably just 100% satisfied.
They love it. Yeah. They love it. No one ever complains about travel tryouts.
Of course, my daughter's just a B. I get it totally.
So very smooth, very smooth. But we have outside evaluators. The kids get numbered pennies. There's no names. We send them out there and we get all the data back. We crunch it out and we place our teams that way. And it's not a perfect system, but we're happy
pretty
with
close.
It. We think it's as fair as it can possibly be.
And that's a key thing for all these youth leagues and coaches and presidents. There's so much work put in to make things fair. And it's hard for a parent to hear, your kid didn't make the team and for whatever reason. So there's just a lot more, I want to say abuse, but just you put up with a lot.
There's a lot of tension.
You put up with a lot for all the money you make off of volunteering at a youth program, hours and hours. And these two are at.
I mean, I've seen you. I've seen you there at 7:30 in the morning, surveying the field, and then there till 8:30 at night until dark.
Or at a high school game, running the concession stand because youth soccer is also supporting the high school girls and boys programs and raising money and doing that. So there's so much more that goes into just saying, oh, your kid doesn't make it or your kid makes it, and there's so much more that goes into it. So it just great work, and you work with so many kids in the city.
So whether it's parents within the program who may not have seen the flyers or if it's folks outside the program that want to support Methuen Youth Soccer, you guys have a bunch of different fundraisers that go on throughout the season. Can you just tell us about what's going on?
I'll let you lead that one.
Well, we do have a great fundraiser right now. You can go onto the website and buy raffle tickets, and you don't have to even like soccer.
You don't even have to like soccer.
Some of our prizes are really
We're gonna stick this to Bill right here. Great prizes.
We are lucky enough to have 4 Red Sox tickets in the Rooters Club as a prize, value of $600. An Apple Watch for the soccer families, we do have one free season of registration, and we have $100. So for a $10 ticket, you have a pretty good shot at winning a good prize.
That's awesome. The website's
Soccer.org.
MethuenSoccer.org. Awesome. That's that's a great fundraiser. We've talked about a lot of fundraisers, but I mean there's some good prizes there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And another little shameless plug, we have a Revs night, which is Methuen hosts a tailgate at a Revs game on June 2nd. So for $30, you get a game ticket. It's free parking. You get the food that we cook on the big grill, hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, a lot of fun in the parking lot. It's a blast. Yep. And again, you may not like soccer, but
that was an event that was this close last year.
Whether you're in the program or you're not.
Came up. No, absolutely.
I mean, the Revs,
great night.
The Revs play down at Gillette, so it's a beautiful stadium.
Free parking.
We always get a reserved lot in the parking lot, so we come out, bring pug nets, and the kids kick the ball around, play football.
Awesome.
Tag. I mean, whatever. It's a great community building event.
Danielle, Amanda from Methuen Youth Soccer Association, I want to thank you huge for coming in and all you do with MYSA. That's it for this week on Ranger Nation Radio. We'll be back at it next week. Catch us on demand throughout the week, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Good night, everybody.